In this video, we cover how to target a true beast of UK and European waters, the Bull Huss, or greater spotted dogfish. Unlike its smaller, more commonly caught cousin, the lesser spotted dogfish, Bull Huss need an approach that is quite different. We'll cover locations, as well as suitable conditions. We'll also cover where to cast, as well as what tackle and rigs are best suitable. We'll also give some tips on bait. Let's take a look at where they are found. Bull Huss are found all around the UK, but are found more reliably on the western half of the Isles. They can be found from the shores of southern Norway, all the way down to the Portuguese coast. They are also found throughout the Mediterranean. So what will be the ideal conditions? They are seen as a fish more of spring and autumn, though the reality is they can ultimately be caught for most of the year. The main spring period ranges from April to June time. They are also typically targeted in the autumn and even winter between the months of September and January. They will be absent from inshore waters after this time, as this is when they breed in offshore waters. They then return by spring. There's more than one venue type to target Bull Huss from. For the deep rockledge venues, any size tide can be suitable. A peak phase of the tide on these venues can be around low tide, both just before and just after the low tide point. The first 3 hours or so of the flood tide is also considered an effective phase to choose. For the estuary marks, it will typically be better to fish the flood tide. The exact point of the flood will be venue dependent, with factors like access to features being relevant. Bull Huss are largely nocturnal feeders, so night tides are a popular time. Venues where there is a decent amount of sediment in the water will produce better day sessions. So where should we cast? Long casts aren't typically needed for Bull Huss, unless when aiming for a specific feature such as a reef near a rock ledge, or a gutter running along the beach of an estuary. For the rock ledges, fishing into deeper water is really what you'll be aiming for, with minimum depths of around 20 feet. The more rock and uneven ground the better. This type of seabed will usually contain plenty of cracks for Bull Huss to both hunt and hide in. For estuaries, almost the opposite can be true, with Huss coming into very shallow water at times. Again, casting near to features such as gullies will be a wise bet. Features such as kelp beds are a regular haunt for Bull Huss on any type of venue. So what are we looking for tackle-wise? Whether fishing rock ledges or estuaries, it will pay to use a heavy ground setup. A 12-foot beach caster rod will be ideal with a reel size to match. On the rock ledges, you can even consider using a stiffer action beach caster or rough ground design rod, which will allow you to pull through snags easier. For the estuaries, a standard beach caster rod, with a balance of stiffness and flexibility, may actually be preferable, as this will be more forgiving when casting. For the rock ledges, scaling up to 30-pound mainline could pay off, as long casting is not needed, and this will aid you in lifting fish at height, though using a drop net is highly recommended. For the estuaries, 18-pound mainline can be used. Use a 60-pound leader that runs from the reel to the lead, no matter which venue type you fish. For the rig body itself, we are also going to need a minimum of 60 pounds mono. The bait clip will not be required for rock ledges, though could be considered for estuary fishing when distance casting. Unlike with many other species, the breaking strain of the snood should actually match that of the rig body at the very minimum. This is mostly due to the highly abrasive teeth and skin of the Bull Huss. Be sure to use a strong pattern hook with a sharp point, ideally at a minimum size of 4/0. You won't need to use a pennel setup. A single hook setup will be fine. Make sure to pre-wind any slack line and strike into any bites. This is due to the tough mouth of the Bull Huss. So what about baits? Using large-sized baits will give good scent attraction in the dark conditions. Be sure to keep baits nice and compact for casting. Much like their smaller cousins, the lesser spotted dogfish, squid baits are considered a top favorite for Bull Huss. You can also try similar baits such as cuttlefish. Bull Huss will take fish baits of all kinds. Be sure to use a decent-sized fillet and consider even using a cocktail of fish and squid together. Suitable fish baits include mackerel, bluey, rockling, pouting and more. Also consider whole large sand eel as a possible option. Hi guys, just a quick reminder. If you like my videos and find that you are learning some useful tips, please do remember to click the subscribe button just under this video. Subscribing is completely free. There's no sign-up process as it's all done at the click of a button. Also do remember to hit the like button if you find a specific video interesting and helpful. Doing these things really does help support the channel and allows me to keep making more and more helpful videos that will hopefully make your sessions that much more enjoyable. Thanks so much guys. Watercolor can be a key factor when targeting Bull Huss. If you'd like to know more, then check out the link provided here. Be sure to visit our channel page by clicking the channel name under this video. There you'll find many tutorials on everything sea fishing. See you again soon. Thanks for watching.